Thanks for taking the time to watch this tutorial on how to take your exam. You'll see that knowing how to navigate through the exam before you take it will help you feel more confident during your exam. First, let's take a look at how the exam is set up. At the top, you'll see the project file you'll be working on. You'll complete all of the tasks there. At the bottom, you'll see the project and task information. Typically, there are 5 to 8 total projects in an exam. Each project has between 1 and 7 tasks. You can see which project you're working on right here. To change the height of the exam panel or project file areas, drag the splitter bar between the file and the exam panel. If you want to show just the project file, you can select the collapsed task panel icon to hide the exam panel area. Just click it again to bring it back up. Keep in mind that if you want to set everything back to the original view, you can simply select the Restore Window Configuration icon. To move from task to task, either select the numbered tabs or click the next and back icons. While you're doing each task, you have a few tools to help you. First, you have a timer, which lets you know how much time you have left to complete the exam. If you don't like watching the countdown, you can click the clock to hide the timer. Next, you have the settings menu. Selecting this icon gives you access to a calculator, the help file, which is a written tutorial, and the ability to zoom in on the exam panel area to see things bigger. There are also some optional features you can use to help you during the exam. For example, for each task, you can mark it as complete, for review, or for feedback. These tasks will then be flagged in the exam summary. The Go To Summary button takes you to a screen to let you see all of the tasks that you had previously marked. You can jump to a specific task or project by selecting it there. Marking a task complete helps you remember that you finished that task. Marking a task for review reminds you that you may want to look at it later. Suppose, for example, that you can't remember how to complete a task. You can mark it for review. Then, if you remember how to do it later, you can use the exam summary to go back to the marked task and complete it. Marking a task for feedback reminds you that you want to tell us something about the task after the exam during feedback mode. Next, if you feel like you really messed things up while trying to do a task, you can select Restart Project, which will close the project file and open a fresh version of the file. Be careful though, none of your changes will be saved and you'll have to redo any task that you had already finished. After you've completed all the tasks in a project, select Submit Project to move on to the next one. When you submit your last project, you'll be taken to the exam summary screen, although you can technically select the Go To Summary button anytime during your exam. Finally, when you're ready to end the exam, select Finish Exam. This will submit all of your answers, stop the timer, and move to the feedback portion of the exam. Keep in mind that once you select this button, there's no going back to change any of your answers. Just a few more tips for you during the exam. Be sure to close dialog boxes before moving on to the next task or submitting the project. If you see any text that is in quotes with a dotted underline like this, it means you can simply click it and then paste the text into the project file. Always accept any default application settings unless otherwise noted. That's it. Good luck on your exam.